I'm sorry, but I need to go back to my parents' house ASAP.
That's sudden. What's the reason? You usually give more notice when you're going somewhere.
My great aunt is critically ill. I got permission to leave work early, and I've taken tomorrow off. The hospital just called an hour ago.
That doesn't matter to me. I'm not asking about your work situation.
Huh? What are you talking about then?
Hey, don't be stupid. What about my dinner? You know I rely on your cooking.
What do you mean dinner? This is an emergency situation.
Who's gonna prepare my meals? And what about my bath, my clean clothes? You know I can't handle these things myself.
Look, given the circumstances, can't you handle these things yourself? Just get takeout for today. You can run your own bath too. Find your own clothes. I need to leave right away. My great aunt might not have much time left.
Then make dinner before you go. You're always talking about being efficient. Surely you can spare 30 minutes.
That's impossible. I told you she's critically ill. Every minute counts right now.
Listen, why are you even going for someone who isn't close family? Besides, you probably won't make it in time anyway. You're always rushing around for other people.
Whether I make it in time doesn't matter. She's someone who's cared for me since I was young. She's like a grandmother to me. She was there for me when my own grandmother passed away.
How is that my problem? You never mentioned her before.
You're technically her relative too. I've told you about her many times. You just never listen when I talk about my family.
Maybe that's true for you, but it has nothing to do with me. Don't inconvenience me with your family matters. You're my wife. You need to prioritize me. That's what you promised when we got married.
Please, let me go. This is really important to me, Tom. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important.
Hey, you're my wife. Are you talking back to me? Instead of some distant relative, prioritizing your husband is the proper thing to do. What kind of wife puts others before her husband?
I've always tried my best to support you, but today I really need to leave right away. This is the first time I've asked for something like this during our 3 years of marriage. Can't you let me off this one time?
Oh, really? You're a useless wife who can't even serve her husband properly. A real wife would figure out how to do both.
Ugh. Why do I have to hear things like this? Even when I work overtime, I always make sure your needs are met.
It's obvious. Abandoning your housework makes you a failure as a wife. My mother would never have done this to my father.
What choice do I have? I'm not abandoning anything. I always do everything properly. I cook, clean, do laundry, manage our schedules.
You're not doing it today, so you can't say always. You're a woman, but you lack the commitment to being a proper wife. My mother raised me better than this.
That's terrible. Are you saying that once they're married, a woman has to dedicate everything to her husband? I'm my own human, Tom. What about basic human compassion?
Of course, that's what marriage is. A wife serves her husband. That's the natural order of things.
Fine. I understand I can't do things as usual. I feel bad about that, but no matter how much you try to stop me, I have to go. I'll probably need to stay overnight. I'll be back tomorrow. I've left some leftovers in the fridge.
Do whatever you want, but don't expect me to be understanding when you return.
Is something wrong with your mother? She's been calling me repeatedly since morning. I've gotten 12 calls in the past hour. I can't answer right now, but I'm worried about what she wants.
Oh yeah, she's been feeling lonely lately. You should answer her calls.
Lonely? What's going on? This seems excessive.
Mom's legs aren't good, so she can't go out freely anymore. She's lonely because she has fewer chances to talk to people. Mom's starting to show signs of dementia, too. You should be more sympathetic.
But why me? I'm trying to focus on work.
Who else but you? She's my mother. It's your natural duty as my wife. You're part of our family now.
Even so, I'm at work. I can't keep taking personal calls.
You can take a break from work. Mom needs someone to talk to.
That's impossible. I have deadlines to meet.
I can't take calls during work, so I told Mom to call you. She really needs someone to talk to.
You could have discussed this with me first.
Make sure you listen to her properly. She gets upset when people don't pay attention.
I can't take personal calls during work either. My supervisor already noticed that my phone's been ringing off the hook, even though it's been on silent this entire time. It's obvious when it's lighting up every few minutes or so.
Then sneak off to the bathroom or something. You can figure something out. Be creative.
Don't be unreasonable. I could get in trouble at work.
Your mother-in-law is feeling lonely. As her daughter-in-law, you should keep her company. It's part of being a good wife.
Wait a minute, you're her only son. Why don't you talk to her? I'm not free either. She's your mother.
You're such a cold wife. It's just a phone call. I'm not asking you to visit her, though maybe you should do that too.
That should be your job as her only son. Why can't you call her during your lunch break?
How can you say such cold things? Oh, poor Mom. Her daughter-in-law won't even talk to her on the phone. You're always like this. You're a woman, but you can't even follow your husband's instructions. You're just being selfish. What's wrong with you?
There you go again. I serve you plenty, and I manage both work and housework properly. Now you want me to take care of your mother on top of that. When do I get time for myself?
That's a wife's natural duty. Sure, you work, but you don't earn as much as I do. Don't act so high and mighty about your little job. My salary is what really supports us.
That's rich. I contribute what I can, both financially and at home.
And think about it. You rushed off immediately for your great aunt, but treat my mother like she's nothing? I'll never forget that. You made a fool of me. Everyone in the family is talking about it, about how I can't even keep my own wife under control.
The situations are completely different. Your mother's case isn't urgent. She just wants to chat.
It is urgent. What if her dementia gets worse because she has no one to talk to? You'll be responsible if that happens. Do you want that on your conscience?
Why me? Why do I feel guilty for what happens to your mother? Besides, I know you've been putting unnecessary ideas in your mother's head. She never used to call me like this.
I've only told her the truth, that you're my wife and should be available to her.
What truth? Don't be ridiculous. You're manipulating the situation.
Just the fact that you're a useless wife, and now it's clear that you're cold-hearted enough to refuse even a phone call with your husband's mother. You're such a disappointment. Nothing like the wife I thought I was getting.
For 3 years since we're married, I tried my best to serve you in my own way. Why do I have to be spoken to like this? I've given up so much already.
It's natural for a wife to serve her husband. It's nothing special. Don't act so proud. You're just a wife who can't understand even simple things without being told. Are you stupid?
You're the worst.
That's my line. Huh, I'm the one who drew the short straw, getting stuck with such a worthless wife like you.
Are you serious? Do you even hear yourself?
I'm just telling the truth as I see it. Anyway, I'll forgive you if you apologize now. When you get home from work today, get on your knees and beg for forgiveness. Then I might forgive you. I'm being generous here.
I'm not coming back. Not after this.
What? What are you saying? Don't be dramatic.
I can't forgive this. This isn't how you treat someone you love.
I don't need your forgiveness. I absolutely won't beg for forgiveness from you. You're the one who's wrong. You're the one being selfish. Don't defy your husband. Know your place.
I understand perfectly now. Everything is clear to me. I know exactly what I have to do now.
Look up at the sky and see the moon? I remember your face. Maybe you're saying you want me to come back.
What?
Like ice melting away, you must be getting lonely with me missing from your life.
No, that's just creepy. Please stop with the bad poetry.
You don't have to act tough, I know. You want me to come back by now, right? You must miss me.
I'll pass with all my might. This is as fine as is. I'm actually sleeping better these days.
Wait a minute, you can't mean that.
What? You keep making lines like you're trying to impress me, but it's just creepy. Your desperate messages are embarrassing.
Anyway, I'm coming back to you. The time has come to return to our love nest. I forgive you for your behavior.
You're just saying that because living there has gotten difficult and you want to escape from your mother, right? Things aren't going as perfectly as you imagined?
If you understand, then help me out. Deep down, you must still love me. We can start fresh.
Just as I thought. You know, I've been talking to a lawyer about various things. We've had some interesting conversations.
Hey, are you flirting with some male lawyer while I, your husband, still exist? You slut, how dare you betray me like this?
You should watch your words, you know, not to mention your lines. I told you I've hired a lawyer. This is professional, not personal.
No discussion needed. Just because you're lonely without me doesn't mean you can go after any man. Have some shame. You better come back to me right this minute.
That's another strike. I'm taking screenshots, by the way. Every single message.
What are you talking about?
I know everything. Every single thing. You're not as clever as you think.
What do you mean?
You want me to come back because you're in debt. Your mother's dementia has gotten worse, and you want to dump everything on me. You're planning to push both the debt and your mother onto me, right? I had a private investigator look into it. They found quite a lot.
Wait, that's not true. You're making things up.
Yes, it is. Moreover, since you went back home, you've rekindled things with your ex-girlfriend, haven't you? She knew you were married and still had a relationship with you. I'm going to sue both of you for damages. I have proof.
Huh? Damages? You can't do that!
I'm divorcing you. Of course I'm divorcing you. A misogynistic, self-centered man who cheats, has debts, and wants to dump his mother with dementia on me. Who'd want to stay married to somebody like that?
Wait, no, remember the sweet feelings we had when we first got married? We can work this out!
That's asking way too much. Those feelings died a long time ago. You're making me feel sick just by saying something like that.
Let's just talk about this. I'll come home tomorrow and we can talk. We can fix everything. Hey, the front door won't open. Did you change the locks?
Yeah, of course I did. I already moved on. Completely moved out.
Why? This is my home too.
The apartment lease was up for renewal last month. I didn't renew it. No point in paying for a place I don't need.
Why? What about my stuff? Where are my things?
I sent it to your parents' house, cash on delivery. Don't worry. It's all boxed up properly. I'm more considerate than you deserve.
Without my permission, how could you?
Who's acting without permission? You should be grateful I didn't throw it away. Besides, you left on your own accord. You said you weren't coming back.
Well, I said that, but I never thought you'd move. You were supposed to wait for me.
You were happy about not having to see my face anymore. Those were your exact words.
That was just a figure of speech. What am I supposed to do? I suddenly have no home to return to. What have you done? This isn't fair.
Just go back home. Back to your beloved mommy. Isn't that what you wanted?
No, that's...
You can't, right? Because you're scared of the debt collectors coming after you. You're just a creepy, cowardly Romeo. Your poetry can't hide your true nature.
Do you have to go that far? Why are you being so cruel?
I'm just stating the facts. Just telling the truth, honestly. Isn't that what you always did to me?
I'm sorry, it was my fault. Where are you living now? Please, I need to see you. Where are you?
Actually, I'm living in my late great-aunt's empty house. They're letting me stay there as, thanks for helping out after she passed away. The same great-aunt that you didn't want me to visit.
That house was recently renovated, wasn't it? The one with the nice garden?
Yes, 2 years ago, so it's as good as new. Her children have their own homes, and I get to keep the house. It's good to have a secured place to live after a divorce. So, I'm happy.
Wait, I want you to hear me out. Please give me another chance.
The lawyer will listen to whatever you have to say. Stop being creepy. Watch your mouth and your words. Everything you say can and will be used against you in court.
But...
Well, the more mistakes you made, the higher the settlement will be, so that's good for me. Keep digging yourself deeper.
Please let me tell you my side of the story just one more time. I want to meet and talk with you just one more time. I can explain everything.
Don't make typos at the most important part. You're unbelievable. I get it now. A marriage where only one person serves isn't a real marriage. I don't want such a twisted relationship anymore. Your actions showed me exactly who you are.
You're being too hasty. Think about all we've built together.
Built together? What exactly did you build? I did all the building while you criticized and demanded more.
I provided for you. I gave you a comfortable life.
A comfortable life of servitude, you mean? By the way, the private investigator found your gambling debts too. Were you planning on telling me about those?
That's private. You had no right to investigate me.
I had every right once I suspected you were being unfaithful. The law's on my side here.
Listen, about the ex-girlfriend, it wasn't serious. I was just lonely.
Lonely? While living with your beloved mother? How interesting.
Mom's condition is getting worse. I can't handle her alone. We need to work together as a family.
Now we're getting to the real reason. You need a nurse, not a wife.
That's not true. I miss you. Every morning I wake up thinking of you, and I miss you so much.
Strange. You never appreciated me this much when we were together.
I've changed. These past months have taught me so much.
They've taught me too. They taught me I'm stronger alone than I ever was with you.
Please, just meet me for coffee 1 hour of your time.
No. Any communication goes through my lawyer now.
You've become so cold. This isn't the woman I married.
You're right. I'm not the same woman. I'm stronger now. Goodbye.
Wait! What about the apartment deposit? I paid for that.
Check with your lawyer. I submitted all the paperwork showing how I paid for it from my own savings.
This isn't fair! You planned all this!
No. You started this when you chose to leave. I just chose not to be your victim anymore.
Mom's asking about you. She misses you.
Strange how she misses me now, but couldn't respect my work hours before.
Please, I'm begging you. I'll do anything.
Goodbye, Tom. Don't contact me ever again, except through my lawyer.
Sarah, are you out somewhere? The house feels empty without you. I was hoping we could spend some time together tonight.
Mark, you're home already? Wasn't expecting you until later. You usually work late on Thursdays.
Yeah, finished work on time today. First time this week. Thought we could have dinner together. Maybe watch that movie you've been wanting to see?
Sorry. I'm at the spa with Jessica. Girl time. You know how it is. We've both been so stressed lately.
Oh, Jessica has a day off on a weekday? That's unusual for her department. I thought they were super strict about scheduling.
We'll grab dinner before heading back. The treatments here are amazing. You should try it sometime. They do couples massages too.
Actually, our neighbor Tom gave us some really nice fish, fresh caught this morning. I was thinking of making fish and chips. Remember how much you loved them last time?
I forgot my contacts today. So annoying. Been squinting all day. Everything's such a blur.
Oh, yeah, that must have been tough. Then if you don't want it tonight, I'll prep the fish and freeze it for tomorrow. I remember the last time you cooked without contacts, you nearly cut your finger. We still have that box of cute Band-Aids.
By the way, isn't Tom getting a bit too friendly? What's his deal anyway? He's always bringing things over. Kinda weird if you ask me.
You think so? He seems nice enough, just neighborly. He brought soup when you were sick last month, too.
She's always home during the day. What does he even do? Kinda suspicious if you ask me. Normal people work during the day.
Oh, he mentioned he's a day trader. We chatted about it recently. Makes good money, apparently. He showed me some of his trading strategies.
Oh no, I forgot my hair appointment. Can't.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but
I'm sorry for always making you feel lonely. You know I'd take you if I could. The company only pays for employee travel.
You should be. That's why I deserve a present for putting up with being alone. You know how I hate sleeping alone. The bed feels so empty.
But last month when I went on a trip, your compensation was a spa package. It's getting a bit expensive to do this every business trip. Our savings are taking a hit. Remember we talked about buying a house?
Fine. I'll ask Daddy to buy it then. I'll tell him you won't get it for me. I guess you just don't love me as much as Daddy does. You abandon your wife monthly, but you won't even compensate me. Whatever. It's my fault. I'm too demanding, aren't I? I should just endure being lonely. Forget I said anything.
Okay, fine. When I get home today...
Yay! I'll send you the details of the bag I want later. You're the best husband ever. I love you so much.
Sure. What time are you coming home? I could cook something light, maybe that pasta you like?
Thanks. See ya.
Sarah, when are you coming back? Sarah? What time will you be at home? Let me know when you're heading back and I'll run you a bath. I got your favorite bath bombs, too. Message me when you know your ETA. Getting worried. It's getting late. I'm going to bed early. Hope you're having fun. Left some food in the fridge if you're hungry. Sarah, can you talk on the phone right now? It's important. I really need to speak with you.
No, can't. Bad timing. Super busy right now.
What's wrong? Weren't you home? I tried calling twice. The landline isn't working either.
I am, but since you're away on your trip, I invited friends over. We're having a girls' night. I can't talk right now.
Jessica?
Yeah, who else would it be? We're watching movies and stuff.
Jessica has another weekday off? That's the third time this month. Didn't she just start that new project? You know, the one you told me about?
What do you need? We're kind of busy here. The movie's getting good.
Mom and Dad called. Mom's in the hospital after an accident. Could you check on her tomorrow? She's asking for you. It says she misses you and misses company. My dad can't spend much time with her because he's got work, so...
Can't. Jessica's staying over. We have plans. Already bought the tickets.
Jessica's off tomorrow, too? Didn't she just have time off? This seems unusual.
We're going to Disney World tomorrow. Been planning it for ages. Can't cancel now.
I see. I really wished you could visit my mom. She always treats you like her own daughter. Remember how she took care of you when you had the flu?
Can't you just call? Why does it have to be in person? She'll be fine.
Yes, but couldn't you just stop by briefly? They've helped us so much, and we're only able to live in this luxury apartment because my parents...
Oh!
What's wrong? Are you okay? Did something happen?
Uber's here. Gotta run. Need snacks.
Listen, I'll call them too, but could you please visit the hospital, even for a short while? Mom would really appreciate it. She was so happy at our wedding, and she's really fond of you.
You know what?
What?
I thought you were better at reading the room. Can't you see I'm busy? Stop bothering me.
I'm sorry, but...
Gotta go. Busy. Movie starting.
Sarah, at least make a phone call. Mom and Dad have supported us so much, and we should tell your parents too. They'd want to know. Your father would be upset if he found out later. You know how close he is to my parents. Can you at least do that for me? Sarah, could you call after you finish eating? Just a quick call. If it's hard for you to call, your father could call them instead. He always knows what to say. Your parents would be troubled if they found out later. Remember last time? Sarah, do you understand? This is serious. Mom's in the ICU. Please let your parents know when you read this message. They should know about this. Dad's really worried. I know you're at work, but do you have a moment? I need to discuss something delicate, and I'd rather not wait on this. I've been losing a lot of sleep lately. Tom, thanks for the fish the other day. What's up? Everything okay? You sound worried. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. The thing is, and I hate to bring this up, but your wife's nighttime noises are a bit loud. I know you're a loving couple, but still, the walls are thinner than you'd think. I don't want to embarrass you, but it's just that it's been affecting my sleep. Oh God, I'm sorry. We'll be more careful. Really sorry about that. Didn't realize we were disturbing anyone. I should have been more cautious about the walls. Well, you newlyweds. I'm divorced myself, so I understand, but last night was particularly intense, and considering the other neighbors, I thought I should mention it. Mrs. Johnson next door was complaining too. She's quite upset. I didn't want her knocking down your door and making a fuss, so I told her I'd message you in private. Wait, last night? Are you sure about that? What time exactly? Yes, it was quite intense. Sorry to be so direct, but there's no other way to put it. It started around midnight and went on for quite a while, actually. I'm actually away on a long business trip. I've been gone for 3 days. I'm literally in Hong Kong right now. Oh, but last night was why I decided to message you. The noise was, unmistakable. Very distinctive sounds. Unless she was watching something adult on high volume, I'm pretty sure there was something going on. My wife was supposed to have a friend over, Jessica. They were having a girls' night. Oh, are you sure it wasn't a guy? I assumed it was you. Oh dear, this is awkward. No, I was told it was a woman. She said they were having a girls' night. Apparently they were watching movies and such, but I don't think they'd watch something like that on high volume. Oh, I might have stepped into something I shouldn't have. I thought it was you two having fun. The voice was definitely male, though. It was a deep voice, so I couldn't mistake it for a woman. No, thank you for telling me. So she had a man over. You're absolutely certain? No chance of a mistake? That's what it seems like. I'm really sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I wish I didn't have to tell you this. Tom, thank you so much. I actually had my suspicions. Things haven't been adding up lately. Little things I noticed. About that. Is there something else? Please tell me if you know anything. I need to know everything. Don't hold back. I hate to pile on, but this wasn't just last night. It's been happening regularly, most likely when you're away, almost like clockwork. Is that so? Tom, could I call you now? I'd like to hear more details, everything you've noticed. That way I can probably find a pattern and work out who my wife's been having an affair with. Yes, that's fine. I work from home, so anytime. I went through a divorce because of cheating too, so I can give you advice. I've been there myself. I know exactly what you're going through. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your honesty. You're a true friend. I'll tell you everything I know. You deserve to know the truth. It's the right thing to do.
Hotel view is amazing. Thanks so much for booking it. Jessica loves it too. The spa here is incredible. You should see the sunset.
Glad you're enjoying it. It's great that you're both enjoying yourselves. Also, Mom and Dad called today. She's still recovering in the hospital.
Too bad your trip got extended. When are you coming back? Miss you. Can't wait to see you.
You still never listen to what others say, do you? You should actually listen when people talk, Sarah. That's always been your problem, ever since we were dating.
By the way, when are you coming back? We should plan something special. I have a surprise for you.
I'm not.
What?
I'm not returning to that apartment, ever. I'm done with that place.
Wait, what? Are you getting a transfer?
It's rare to see you actually engage in a conversation with me properly. Or is this even Jessica? Who am I really talking to?
If it's a transfer, then let's just do long distance. I don't want to move. We can make it work. Lots of couples do. I'm sure we can too.
That's not what I mean, Sarah. I mean, we won't be living together anymore. Period. It's over.
What? You're joking, right? Are you mad because I didn't visit your mom? I can go tomorrow first thing.
You know the real reason better than anyone. Stop playing dumb. It doesn't suit you.
What?
How could I return to a home where my wife invites her affair partner over every time I'm away? Did you think I wouldn't find out? That nobody would notice?
What are you talking about? I didn't do that. You're being paranoid. Jessica and I were just hanging out.
The neighbors could hear your nighttime activities every single time. The walls are thin, remember?
That wasn't me. You're making things up. Someone's lying to you.
I wouldn't say this without evidence. You're not even with Jessica at that hotel today, are you? Jessica works for my father's subsidiary company, so it's easy for me to check up on where she is. You're with a man. You were so caught up you didn't even notice the private investigator following you, and he got everything on camera.
Mark, no. He's just a friend.
Still can't listen to others, can ya? I have all the evidence and witnesses lined up. My things are already out of the apartment. I've been planning this for weeks. Everything's ready.
Wait, listen to me. It's not what you think. Let me explain.
The utilities are all cut off. Your things have been sent to your parents. I'll contact you about the divorce after consulting with my lawyer. Everything's been arranged.
Wait, it's a misunderstanding. Please listen. Mark, please answer. Listen to me. You can't do this. Please answer me. Mark! Mark, will you just listen to me?
Sarah, we'll discuss the divorce this Saturday. I'm bringing my lawyer to your parents' house. Be ready. All the papers are prepared.
Please forgive me. I don't want a divorce. My parents have been trying to apologize to you too. I can't pay that much alimony. My parents are crying, saying they're sorry. We're all in trouble. Please have mercy.
Troubled?
Yes, this will ruin everything, our whole family.
Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. I have it all planned out, every detail.
What do you mean?
if you can't pay the settlement, my family's company has an opening at a remote factory. You can work and live there until you've paid off your debt. Your parents have already agreed to this, and they signed the papers yesterday. Everything's been confirmed.
Wait, I've never heard about this. You can't decide this. I have rights.
As the guilty party, you don't get a choice. You'll take responsibility no matter what. Your father can't afford to lose his business relationship with my father's company. It would ruin him. He said I could handle you however I see fit since you've caused so much trouble for them. They're washing their hands of you.
No.
It was all decided while your parents were on their knees begging my parents for forgiveness. They mentioned how troubled they were by your constant requests for money. Seems you've been quite the burden. They told us everything.
How could you? This is cruel. I'm your wife. We promised to love each other forever.
You were my wife, but you cheated. We're getting divorced. In other words, we're becoming strangers, so I won't hold back anymore. You brought this on yourself. Actions have consequences.
It wasn't serious. It was just a few times. It meant nothing.
Whether it was serious or not doesn't matter to me. Cheating is cheating. Once or 100 times, it's all the same.
I only got involved with other men because I was lonely. You're partially responsible for making me feel that way. Always working, always traveling. You're never home.
And extracted plenty of compensation for that loneliness, didn't you? Since you're not showing any remorse, maybe you should return all those presents. The bags, the jewelry, everything. We'll add it to your debt.
Wait, I'm sorry. I do regret it. I really only love you. You've always been the one I love the most. Please, give me another chance. We could start fresh.
Another lie? I've investigated thoroughly. I know about all the men you were involved with even before our marriage. Every single one. I've got all their names and details.
How could you know that? That's impossible. Nobody knew.
Think of it as a plea bargain. I offered to reduce their settlement payments in exchange for telling me everything about you. They all turned pale and provided messages and photos. Some were married, so you'll be getting sued by their wives too. Hope you're ready. The lawsuits are prepared.
Wait, no.
By the way, your most frequent affair partner, Chris, confessed your scheme. He told me everything and showed me all your plans together.
What?
You were planning to take my assets, weren't you? Getting me to buy property before the divorce so you could claim millions in the settlement. Pretty clever. You had it all worked out.
No, that's wrong. Chris suggested that. It wasn't my idea. He made me do it. I never wanted to hurt you.
That's another lie. You researched it online. You proposed it to Chris. He provided the line messages along with the divorce and property division documents you printed out saying you were the one who suggested it. Got the timestamps to prove it. Every search, every message.
I'll cut off all contact with Chris. Please don't abandon me. We can start over. I'll change, I promise.
Don't worry, I won't abandon you. You'll be getting sued for astronomical amounts from various parties. You'll spend the rest of your life working in that remote location where even cell phones don't work. Our company isn't going anywhere, so you'll spend your entire life just paying off debts. It's pointless to ask your parents for help. They've cut ties with you. And if they contact you, we'll immediately terminate business with your father's company. Without our business, his company will collapse instantly. Well, this is goodbye. I won't be coming to the meeting. Take care.
Wait, Mark, I'm sorry. It was my fault. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please give me one more chance. I'll do anything. Don't leave me like this. Mark, please answer. I know I messed up, but we can fix this. Remember how happy we were? Think about all our memories together, our wedding day, our honeymoon. Please. I'll go to counseling. I'll change. I'll be better.
The lawyer will handle everything from here. Don't contact me again.
Mark, please, I'm begging you. At least let me explain in person one last time.
Everything's been explained through your messages with Chris. Nothing left to say.
Those messages don't tell the whole story, please.
Goodbye, Sarah. Was finalized shortly after. My wife insisted until the end that she didn't want a divorce, but she had no allies. Everyone saw the evidence, the messages, the photos. There was no denying what she'd done. After the divorce, my ex-wife was immediately kicked out of her parents' house and now works and lives at a remote location, paying off her debt to me and others. Her parents apparently have cut off all contact with her. From the occasional letters I receive from my ex-wife, it seems she's living a very harsh life. While I don't wish for her to become more miserable, I hope she never deceives anyone else again. The funny thing is, I actually suspected something was wrong months ago. The constant demands for compensation during business trips, the mysterious spa days with Jessica, the way she deflected questions about her whereabouts. But I wanted to believe in her. I wanted to trust my wife. That was my mistake. Tom still lives next door. He's become a good friend, actually. Sometimes we have dinner together and talk about life. He's helped me through some dark days. The other neighbors have been supportive too, especially after they learned the truth. My mother recovered from her accident, thankfully. She was hurt that Sarah never visited her in the hospital, but now she understands why. My parents have been my rock through all of this. They helped me plan everything, made sure I had all the evidence I needed before confronting Sarah. As for me, I'm focusing on work, on healing. Sometimes I wonder if I was too harsh with the punishment, but then I remember all the lies, all the manipulation, all the pain she caused not just me, but our families. Actions have consequences. That's something Sarah never seemed to understand. I hear she writes letters sometimes, begging for forgiveness, asking to start over. I never read them anymore. That chapter of my life is closed. The factory manager forwards them to my lawyer, who keeps them as evidence of her continued harassment. Some lessons are learned the hard way. They say time heals all wounds. Maybe it does. But trust? Once broken, it never quite mends the same way. I learned that the hard way.